I was halfway through Chapter 6, Grip Strength and Grip Games, when I clomped into the Grand Forge Hall, hammer in one hand and elven erotica, sizzling smithing secrets in the other. The council chamber was already thick with dwarven grumbling, the sort that curdles ale and makes granite sweat. "Oi, lads! Sorry. Got caught in me book. Carry on." I waved at the ministers like I hadn't just sauntered in an hour late, and there she was, Queen Thragn, perched on the stone throne, looking like she could melt steel with a glance. Her eyes were sharper than my best chisel, and twice as unforgiving. I plunked into my seat. It made a sound like a collapsing anvil. "Nice of you to join us, Your Majesty," she said, voice so even it was practically edged. "Now, I've never been much for ruling. Paperwork's for kobolds. I'm King Grimbolt, 7th of me name, forge master by trade and title holder by unfortunate accident. Give me a hammer and a hot ingot over tax levies and trade routes any day." Of course, Thragn, bless her iron will, was born to rule. At 25, she'd already tripled her clan's gold stock and driven 2 rival lords into early retirement, one by wit, one by alleged, accidental mine collapse. I met her the year I inherited the crown, when my uncle died choking on a roast beetle, tragic and crunchy. Me spies warned me, she's schemin' that one, wants the throne. A lesser king might have panicked. I proposed marriage. "Bold move," she'd said, narrowing her eyes. "Look," I shrugged, "you're brilliant, I'm not. You want to rule? Rule. Just let me keep me forge." She thought I was daft, which, fair, but refusing a king would start a clan feud messier than stew night, so she said yes. Our wedding feast had all the warmth of a frozen tomb. Those first months? Miserable. I hammered, she ruled, and we barely spoke beyond grim nods and logistical snorts, until one evening, when she stormed into my workshop like a thunderhead in boots. "Is that elven erotica?" I was half soot, half embarrassed, and wholly caught. "Aye, for the articles. There's a bit on alloy techniques." She snatched the book, flipped through it, and muttered, "You're a forge-obsessed oaf." I grinned. "Been saying that." She rolled her eyes, then smirked. That was the first crack in her glacier. "Now? We've got 2 wee ones. Our lass can calculate troop logistics faster than the High General, and our lad's been sneaking into my smithy to improve the bellows. Last week, he nearly blew the roof off. I've never been prouder. At supper tonight, Thragn ladled stew like she was sentencing it. The orcs are sniffing near our southern mines." The kids froze. Even the stew stopped bubbling, like it was listening. "Bet Ma's already forged their defeat," our lad piped. Thragn didn't look up. "I'm drafting a response." "Aye," I said, wiping stew from my beard. "One of those nasty surprise-in-the-cave-mouth responses?" "She means to collapse the ridge," said our lass, chewing thoughtfully. "Cuts off their supply line." I beamed at her. "Takes after her ma, that one. Orc tunnels'll shake like my old knees," I added, reaching for more bread. Thragn arched an eyebrow. "Your knees shake because you spend your days reading smut instead of training. It's not smut if there's metallurgy in it." "Uh-huh." She sipped her mead. "And what technique did you learn today, Your Majesty?" I scratched my beard. "Well, apparently, if you apply heat evenly while—" "Nope," said the lad, hands over his ears. "Make him stop," groaned our lass. Thragn leaned back, that rare smile playing on her lips. "You're lucky you're good with your hands, Grimbolt." "Lucky?" I said, winking. "Luck's just skill in disguise." She smirked. "So says the man who nearly crowned himself with his own hammer. That was once, and the beam moved." Our daughter sighed. "Are all grown-ups like this?" "No," said Thragn. "Most of them are worse." And the stew wisely said nothing.